Tuesday morning, cadre. Barber Dave with Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. I'd like to welcome you to day number 8 of the Barbershop Challenge, and we're getting into the good stuff now. So that's a good thing. So today we are going to be using the Boker 5/8 barber notch. Very nice razor with an ivory tang. For our brush, we will be using the CBL Butterscotch with a black synthetic knot. This is probably the closest thing to a butterscotch candy that I've ever seen. It's very nice. Now for the soap, we are going to be using CBL Tonsorial Barberchair, and it's got a very, very nice fragrance, followed by Aqua Velva Sport, the Men and Shave Talc, and some vintage Pierre Cardin EDT. So things are going well. We've got some major announcements coming in the not too distant future. As far as our brush group buy, some other items in the works that I think you'll be very, very excited about, as well as some personal announcements that I'll be making probably within the next week. The CBL Barbershop it really is a true barbershop scent. It's called Barberchair. I can see a little bit why, because you do have a hint of what a barber chair kind of smells like, a little bit of leather, but mostly it's the barbershop scent, and it's got all the right notes in it. It's got the barbicide, it's got a little bit of powder, and then of course a antiseptic type cologne scent, which is part of a towel, wet towel. So it's really, really nice. Lathers, as all CBL soaps do, very, very easily. The scent is a bit light. I will say that. It's not very strong, but it's nice. It's subtle. The synthetic knot on this CBL brush, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe it's the same one or similar to the one that we have in our second anniversary brush, set a little bit higher, and it splays just perfectly. As always, the CBL soaps have great face feel. Very slick. They will take on a ton of water. In fact, I don't know if I've ever broken one of Chris's soaps. Definitely an elite soap. And the scent, the fragrance starts to come out a little bit more. And I'm getting hints of the old King's warm lather, the lather that we use in the barbershops to do neck shaves and so forth. So very nice. And this is the first time I've used Barberchair, so it's a pretty neat experience right out of the gate. Okay, let's see what we got. This Boker is extremely light. With the ivory tang, you wouldn't think that it would take that much weight off, but it certainly does. But a fun little race car. Fun little race car. There's pass number 1. Great residual slickness. Well, the fragrance is hanging around a little bit. Like I said, it's light but subtle. But definitely a what I would think of as a true barbershop scent. Because the one thing we have to remember is when you go to a shop and you leave after a haircut, you don't want everything to be so cloying that you smell like that. So the subtler the scent, you know, there may be a soap that has a much stronger scent of barbershop, but do you really want that at the end of the day? Some guys do, some guys don't. I think this one strikes a nice balance between being just subtle enough to detect it and not be overcompensating with fragrance. Okay, pass number 2. The whole barbershop scent shootout has been fun. And I am looking forward to the tour of SV, because that'll be about 13 days of exploring all the scents from Sappo di Fucile Verosino. And also dispelling some of the rumors, some of the things that people have concerns with their soaps. Scent strengths and so forth. And the symphony of notes that are used to create a certain flavor. And my opinions were very much like some folks that I've seen post recently about not just SV, but different soaps and fragrances in general. When I became a certified perfumer, it really dispelled a lot of my preconceived beliefs on fragrancing and what to do and how to do it. Because basically, you're part chemist, part chef, and you know, you use different things to see what's going to work with what. And it was an eye-opening experience for the 2 years that it took me to become certified as a perfumer. I've not really explored any of it as far as although Chris and some of the other guys know some of the aftershaves that I've made and some of the EDTs and EDPs that I've made. But I haven't really explored it any further because there's just too much going on. But at some point, I may explore it much further again. We'll strop real quick. You may have noticed that I kind of do quadrants. When I straight shave. And that's simply because I want to maximize the stretch that I get when I'm straight shaving. Because what that allows me to do is to be within about an inch or so of the blade, and it allows me to just get a constant stretch. And to get into some of those oblique angles. They're a little harder to get to. Just preventing more cleanup at the end. And all of that is really dependent on mapping, because to me, even probably with regular DE shaving, but definitely with straight shaving, you need to map your face for hair growth, because that's going to maximize your shave. And it'll maximize the stretch that you can get. Much like a trumpet player will use his face and his cheeks to blow up to get air. Very similar with straight shaving, because really it is a kind of a, straight shaving is an art, in my opinion. It is a symphony as you move around your face, and it does require focus. I mean, I've been straight shaving for close to 5 years now. A little over, I think today, as a matter of fact, is 1,750 shaves. Probably be a heck of a lot more if I wouldn't have, changed around shaving with different things. But to this day, you have a tendency to become very, very confident in your skill. And once you do that, that's when it'll get you. So to me, I wouldn't say there's a fear of straight shaving, but is there an intimidation factor for certain blades and certain things, and when you're going to touch down and how you're going to do things? Absolutely. To me, anybody who says otherwise is lying, because in one small moment of time, you can really hurt yourself. And I don't mean just a cut here, a cut there. I mean, you can really hurt yourself. You get into this area and you do it wrong, you're going to bleed. around your lips, around your ears, around your nose. It'll happen. So just be careful, but have fun with it, because to me, it's the most enjoyable shave there is. Okay, CBL, great post-shave feel. DSBBS all over, nice feeling. Absorbs into the skin really fast. Just hints of the soap, which I like. Not overpowering, so your aftershave, you can use whatever you want. And today, like I said, we're going to use Aqua Velva Sport. Just a perfect accompaniment to it. I really like the Aqua Velva Sport. It's hard to come by. I think I got this when a couple years ago, I got the bottle on a Christmas gift, and the other came from a gift pack that came out at Walgreens that KJ was nice enough to tell everybody about, and it became hard to find. I think they come out with it every year, but I don't know for sure. And so, we'll have to definitely do that again. Okay, I'm going to use the Menon Talc today. And anybody who started, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has kind of adopted the talc thing. It's kind of neat to see. Just adds one more layer to the old-time feeling of barbershops and men's grooming. It is a finish. I mean, it's definitely a finish to a good shave. Yeah, it's a little bit extra time, a little bit extra cleanup, but the way it makes your face feel afterwards is just tremendous. And in the hotter summer, you'll find that it actually helps as far as keeping swamp face out of the way. I'm going to use some vintage Pierre Cardin. This was actually my dad's, so it's from 1978, and it's still in decent shape. They just don't make perfumes and colognes like they did before. Pierre Cardin is one of those, you either love it or you hate it, because it is strong, but it matches well as a barbershop scent. So it's very nice. Okay, CBL Barberchair, fantastic soap. Subtle, a little bit light on the fragrance, but that's okay. Definitely a contender in the shootout. We've got I think 3 or 4 days left, and hope you'll join us for that. And like I said, stay tuned for the announcements. A couple of things coming up very shortly, as well as a personal announcement probably towards the end of the week. And very excited about all of them. So as always, we thank you for being members of the Shaving Cadre. We appreciate what you do each and every day. And if you haven't joined us yet, please join us at www.theshavingcadre.com. Have a great day, folks.